god. Hey guys! As you can tell from my half spooky background, I'm going to be filming some spooky videos. Today I want to do a traditional smoky eye look that would be great for a lot of Halloween costumes. I'm not a professional at this. No eyelashes, no eyeliner. Sorry guys. But I will help you figure out how to actually go about the eyeshadow part, which for a lot of people is the hardest part of a smoky eye. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to do things a little differently than I usually do for my face makeup. Because there's the potential of fallout and messing my base makeup up, I'm only going to do from here up and my nose to start. So I'm going to prime with the Cover FX Gripping Primer Plus Firming. And you don't necessarily need primer. I skip it quite frequently anymore. It really depends. I find it helps me more in the winter. My skin is a little more dry and textured. Gonna wet my sponge. I can't use tap water. You'll see that in my skincare video. So I have a bowl here with distilled water that I wet my Real Techniques sponge in. Now I have let that sit for a little bit. I'm going to take the Cover FX Power Play foundation, literally the only foundation I own, in G20, and put foundation on my forehead. I did my makeup this way when I recently went and saw Katya because I was doing kind of an extravagant look and I didn't want to risk messing my foundation up. And I actually didn't hate it. It feels weird, definitely, to only have part of your makeup done. Now I'm going to take, they make makeup tape, but I just get cheap washi tape. A few times a year, Michael's has a giant bin for like 25 cents. This is just some cheapo Christmas tape. It's the same as makeup tape, except makeup tape's like $10. So I'm going to drop my scissors. I'm going to cut a piece here. Place it like so. It's gonna look a little weird. It's gonna feel kind of weird, but I can never get the pieces of tape even. I'm not a perfectionist, so I don't care. Going to take some eye primer now. And I go over with the sponge and just blend it out more. While I'm doing this, I'm actually trying, oh, that's too much. While I'm doing this, I'm trying to decide what eyeshadow palette I actually want to use because I haven't decided. Now, it doesn't matter what I use, you can use anything. You don't even have to use the same colors. As long as, you know, you have a dark shade and a light shade, you're good to go. The brand doesn't matter. I just use what I have, obviously. So, I'm going to take also types of makeup brushes, like brand of makeup brush doesn't matter, but like the shape of them kind of matters. I want people to feel like they have to buy a bunch of brushes, so I'm just going to try to do this whole look with one brush. We're going to start with the Morphe M433. It looks like so. It's just a blending brush. And what am I going to go in with? Let's just do like a dark neutral. That way it could go with a pirate costume, a vampire costume, any kind of costume. Or, you know, just a nice date night smoky eye. I'm going to use Naked Smokey. Again, you don't have to have this. It was torn between this and the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. That has a lot of warm shades. This is more neutral, so I'm going to go in with this. Now, a smoky eye is probably the most difficult eye look ever, which seems silly. You think it would be the easiest because you use like 2 colors, but it's really difficult to like get that look without looking like you were punched in the face. It's taking me a long time, and I can't even promise that I'll get it right in this video. It's temperamental. So I'm going to start with this grayish brown shade here that is called Password. And I'm going to dip it on my brush and knock some of the excess off. And I'm going to start, I have deep set eyes, slightly hooded. Eye shape is very difficult, but if your eyes look like mine, where they're like really far in your head, then you probably have deep set eyes too. So let's bring this like right here in this crease. Also, this lighting is not the best for this. And less is more with a smoky eye. That's the #1 rule. You'd rather have to dip and go in like 57 times than put a bunch on your brush, put it on your eye, and then bam, you're a raccoon. So I'm doing this to bring my crease up a little because I would like some more lid space. So I'm just bringing this in here. Don't want too much product. The other key to a smoky eye is blend, 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 blend. You'll be so tired of blending by the time you get done with one eye, you might not want to do the other eye. But I promise, just a smidge of eyeshadow and blending and taking your time is really how to get this right. I don't think a lot of tutorials stress how important it is to not use much eyeshadow and really take your time. Because they fast forward through it. I'll also be fast forwarding through this video isn't 2 hours long. But they make it look like you can accomplish this in 5 minutes, and I suppose if you do smoky eye every single day of your life, it might be possible. Unlike my normal looks, I'm not going to bring this dark color all the way across. I'm going to stop in the middle of my eye. Line it up with my pupil, like the middle of my pupil, or close to it. It's not an exact science. Remember, there's no perfection in makeup, and anyone who is perfect is lying. We're going to do the same thing to this other eye. Just right above my crease. If you have normal eyes, do it in your crease. But because mine are deep set, I go slightly above. Like I had mentioned, you can do this with any colors. Browns, oranges, green, blues, purples. You can make anything a smoky eye. I just wanted to do kind of neutral colors to make it a bit easier and to seem mildly less intimidating. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe the brush off a little bit. I'm going to go in with a light color. I'm going to go in with like this Combust shade, or 13 would work, but I'm going to do Combust. I'm going to take a little bit and I'm going to go on the edge of this and blend the edge out and up so it's not so harsh. Now, I'm going to go back in with Password, this like medium darkness. And I'm going to put it in my actual crease on this part of my eye. Very lightly. I don't want it to be as dark as the outside. Now I'm going to take that Combust shade again and blend all this together like so. There are a lot of different ways to do smoky eyes. This is just how I do mine. No way is technically right or wrong. Now is the spooky part. We're gonna go in with black. Again, it could be black, it could be a very dark blue, it could be, you know, like if you saw my Jaclyn Hill video, it was like a navy shade. It all depends on what colors you want to do. This tactic applies across the board. So this is called Black Market. This is just what I'm going to use for this. This is a very intimidating part because this is where it could go wrong. So you just gently tap it, knock some of the product off. And now I'm going to go on the corner of my eye right here and blend it into the outer V of my eye along my lash line into this lighter shade that we did up into the crease. And it didn't deposit a lot of color, which is exactly what I wanted, because if it would have been too dark off the bat, I would have messed it up. And you can't take it off, you can always add more. So every time you go in, gently tap, knock it off. We'd rather do this a bunch of times than have to start over. Now, the black in here is not my favorite that Urban Decay has made. I actually prefer, I think it's a Naked 2, maybe? One of my favorite black eyeshadows is in the original Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I think it's very pigmented, but I have to say, especially for smoky eyes or beginners, I don't hate a lightly pigmented black because then it's hard to overdo the color. So as you can see what I'm doing, just do this over and over and over again. That's enough on this eye for right now. So I'm gonna do the other eye and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so I got that done. Now what I want to do is go back in with Password and just blend these two colors together. I don't want to blend with the darker color because it would get too dark too quickly. If this lightens up more than we want, we can go back with some dark. But we don't want to go too dark too quickly. As you can see, I kind of messed this up right here, so I'm going to just fix that real quick using the Password shade or whatever shade that you chose to do there. Again, I want to try to do this with one brush so nobody feels like they have to have a million brushes. If you think it's easier, you can take a smaller brush like this. Again, because I bring my crease up, a bigger brush is easy for me. So the next thing I'm going to do, because I love shimmer and glitter and everything pretty, I'm going to take the NYX glitter primer. However, if you don't want to use a glitter shade, I would just use a concealer or the like eyeshadow base and put it where I'm going to put this. So let's go with that. I'm just going to put this where there's no eyeshadow. So just right here and leave it. Do that on both eyes. Right here. And leave it. There will be some naked space, but I'll show you how we're going to take care of that in a second. I'm going to go in with the shade High. It's, you can see it here. It's kind of a flesh tone shimmery shade. I like applying shades like this with my finger. You can use a brush. I would recommend after you put the eyeshadow on the brush to spritz it. I'm gonna pack this where I put the glue. It's okay that it looks a little messy. We'll fix that in a minute. Just pack it on here. Now we're gonna go in with Password here. And we're going to blend the edges of this into the dark shadow in the crease as well. We just want to blend all the edges together. Some people do not like how this looks, that's why they'd use a matte shade here, but I like using shimmers and glitters whenever possible. For the last hurrah, I'm going to go in with the black shade, or whatever dark shade you chose. Tap it off, and we're going to really go over this and darken that outer corner up. Up into the crease. Anything that is lightened up, we just want to add a little darkness to it. Remember, light hand, gently tap, tap it off, go in multiple. I was not prepared and my camera memory card was full, and so it turned off. I don't know where it turned off. Something else I want to do, if you decide to do the tape method, which you absolutely don't have to, I'm going to make sure that I brought these outer corners to the tape so I get a nice clean line here. I know one thing I was saying when I realized this had stopped recording. If you feel like the colors or this inner color was too covered and you wanted more to show, you can just go over it again. No big deal. You can just do whatever you want. Have fun with it. I'm done. I'm happy with how it looks. So I'm going to take the tape off. Another reason I don't do under here is the tape will pull some of your makeup off, so you'll have to touch it up anyway. I'm going to finish my base makeup and then we'll come back and finish the eyes. I did my foundation and my eyebrows. I didn't do concealer because I wanted to do that on camera, because I also didn't do any of my cheek stuff because I have to do my concealer first. So now we're going to conceal under the eyes. I'm using the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Magic Star Concealer in C8, which which is a smidge light for me, but I always do slightly lighter under my eyes because I have dark circles, but I also get shadow from wearing glasses, so it lightens it a bit. I'm gonna let that sit for a second. Okay, now blend this out a bit. Careful not to mess that line up. So take your time. Now I'll let that sit for a minute. While that's sitting, I can do some cheek work. I'll go over this one more time to just get any lines out. And then I will go in with a brush and my Laura Mercier powder. You can use any, I dropped the lid. You can use any powder. And then I just set under my eyes lightly. I use translucent. Time to finish the eyes. I'm gonna go in with a small brush like this. And where's the eyeshadow palette? I'm gonna start with Password again, the lighter color. I'm going to bring this on my lower lashes, connect the corner. As I have deep set eyes, I have these little lines, deep lines underneath. So I can't bring my line too smoked out like some people, or it'll crease in about 30 seconds and look terrible. Now I'm going to take the black shade and do the same thing. Remember, just lightly tap. If you want something a lot more dramatic and you don't have these crazy lines, feel free to really smoke it out. Some people would use the same brush that they used on the top part of the eye. Okay. So I can't do eyeliner very well, but I can do my waterline and tightlining. So I'm going to take MAC Eye Kohl in Smolder. This, I'm not sure if I can recommend this eyeliner just because it does smudge really easily, so keep that in mind. Eyeliner really helps with the smokiness, at least on the waterline and tightlining. Please ignore this eye, it doesn't look as good as this one. This one looks better. I'm going to do a highlight real quick. I'm going to use Becca Champagne Pop. Now I will curl my lashes and do mascara. I have long lashes, but they're kind of straight, so I like to do this. Now, as for mascara, for bold looks like this, I highly recommend a mascara that really thickens the lash, because the thick lashes will just really add to the smoky look. So I'm using Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara because that's what I have. I'm looking for a cheaper alternative because I'm realizing I don't like to spend a lot for mascara. But right now, this is the one I have that really adds the thickness that I like for bold looks. My everyday mascara is CoverGirl Clump Crusher, but that is more of a separating and lengthening mascara. I'm gonna pick a few different drugstore ones to try. I heard Essence Lash Princess is a nice one, so we'll see. I'll be doing a video on that. Okay, so my eyes are all done. I'm going to throw on a lipstick. Spooky lipstick, maybe. I don't know. I'll be back. Please excuse my sloppy lipstick. Okay, well, look at this smoky eye. It's beautiful. So I hope that was helpful and taught you how to do a smoky eye. A lot of it comes with practice. Smoky eye was actually the first look that I practiced regularly. You'll get it. Really just be patient with yourself. Take your time. Get at least one good blending brush. These Morphe brushes are $7, which is kind of pricey, but I really think they're worth it. I also really like Eco Tools brushes and Real Techniques. Those are a little bit cheaper, but Morphe's drugstore, so you can use a coupon at Ulta. And yeah, it's great. If you're wondering what lipstick I used, it's Jeffree Star Cosmetics Weirdo, the velour liquid lipstick. I guess that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm off to film my next spooky Halloween video. Bye guys!